stupid, pointless,
touching.
worthless,
Did you touch that one?
stupid.
Yes, you were. You touched them.
So
and then
stupid.
they
Look
look
at
at
you.
you. I can see you sweating.
Stupid,
I can
stupid,
see you. They're
pointless,
looking at there. She's looking at you now.
worthless,
She knows. She knows. Yes, look
Corporate Coffee Futures and Professional Design Future Concept to have professional living and function, money to be independent and wealth generation for entertainment. I have no function for communication and investment.
Oh boy, I got a lot in store for you. I was told to do this podcast because I guess I'm a complete fucking fool. So here we go. Been doing a lot of research on some really strange stuff, and we'll see how this goes. Let's start with DLCast into Hizzy. You're so stupid. That was a great intro. And before I start this, Cody Link told me to do this, so you're welcome. I'm going to put this on because I think everybody needs a tinfoil hat. I don't think I've ever expressed some of the things that go on in my head at times. So here we go. So everybody knows what a chemtrail is. The scientists call it solar engineering. So, I don't know how to explain this. So they fly around the stratosphere and they let off these gases to prevent the Earth from warming up. And with that said, causes a lot of other catastrophes, such as too much water in some areas and not enough water in others. A lot of people call it nano aluminum. So, see this, they're flying their airplanes around trying to keep the global warming in check, which who knows if it's doing the right thing. One thing I do know is that once it all gets trapped in there, I'm not quite sure how it's going to get out. So conspiracy theories say that it's aluminum and it falls down to Earth because it's heavier than air, and then we breathe it in. And a lot of bad things happen that way. So it's just a conspiracy. I have no idea what the hell they're doing. But they're doing something for sure. So you can look it up. It's called solar engineering, and that's what they do. It's a real thing. So the chemtrail things, I don't think you could see these airplanes. They're flying much higher than a normal jetliner. So what you see behind a jet is exhaust because they're going a few hundred miles an hour and they're cutting through air, and the air is got water in it, and that's mostly what you see is water and exhaust. So, but this is a real thing. Solar engineering. It's a true thing. So yeah, on to my next topic. I'm not quite sure what I think about chemtrails. But my next topic is this, the Neuralink, which is a real thing. So they're going to be able to, so this website that I picked makes it sound like it's a healthcare benefit, which all these have pros and cons. Yeah, they can get inside your brain and figure out what's going on at what time, at any time. They can get in there. But with that said, they can also dig up a lot of other things that's going on in your head. And I don't want them in mine. So I'm not going to be signing up for the Neuralink anytime soon. That has a lot to do with the next one, is the fourth industrial revolution. So this has a lot to do with the Internet of all things, how it's going to put most men out of a job. They're going to do a lot of cool things in the next 100 years, and none of it has to do with people. Unfortunately, it's your refrigerator talks to your phone, orders food for you. You could see what you have in your refrigerator before you get to the store. It orders your food for you. You can, for instance, my laundry machine is hooked up to Wi-Fi. I know when my washer and dryer is done. That's the Internet of all things. Everything's connected. But right now, since we're not in the 5G yet, it's not as fast as it's going to be, which is not the greatest thing, okay? Here's the 5G. See how we're in millihertz? This isn't great for your body. I say hum a lot. Not good for your body. You look it up. You're not going to go to sleep with your wireless router in your bed. You're going to have a lot of complications, blood cell mutations. You name it. This is going to cause a problem. So when it goes from the M hertz to the G hertz, that's a total different deal. What you see here is what we currently have is the red line. And it's not as harmful to your body as the 5. See the 5? See how it could shoot right into you. The DARPA's use this with our President Bush the first. What they said is that they went over the Desert Storm. They shot this wavelength with a message saying something along the lines, I have no idea, I wasn't there. They ended up putting down their weapons, and they walked into a mass slaughter. So we ended up wiping them all out. So we somehow coached them out of their houses, which is absolutely insane. So this is the milliwave I was talking about. And then it's not good for you. It is absolutely not good. This is what 5G is going to look like. It ain't going to be big cell towers. With those milliwaves being so close to each other, they have to have a ton of these repeaters. Repeaters are going to be everywhere. These things are going to shoot through your walls of your house. This is true. This is all studies. Just, you can go. I went on Verizon and checked out their things. At the very bottom, it says 5G is not going to be helpful to humans. If you read through it, it will cause cancer. It does a lot of things. That's why there's a lot of people in the United States right now fighting for it. The government is a mandate rollout, so there's not much we can do other than stand up and fight for it. There is no voting. There's no nothing. So you just gotta get with the torches and march around. We don't want this. I mean, cool, it's cool. Keep it overseas. Let's see what happens in 5 years to those people overseas. They already have a massive problem over there. So with the 5G technology and the Internet of all things, everything's going to be connected. These Neuralinks is going to be connected. Facebook rolled out this. Facebook's actually going to start splitting up soon. Your messengers, if you guys haven't already read, your messengers is going to start going through the WhatsApp, and that's going to start being, somebody's going to start reading all these messages. Not like they already haven't read your messages is that now they're telling you they're going to read your messages. And Facebook came out with a thing called Silent Speaking Interface. So this thing hooks up, like you have to put it on right now. And so you think at real-time signals, then it gets decoded and then put into your computer. It's that easy. You think of it, it pops up. It spells it out for you. Yeah, it's some pretty crazy things, but they've been doing this for a very, 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 very long time. Like MK Ultra, they were doing massive amounts of LSD to these patients. They got them to lie to them, to tell them the truth. They got them to do a bunch of things. LSD is not the way to go when you talk to long-term studies of brain. It's so crazy. Then the AI deal is another thing. What do we have? We have AI, which see this little tinfoil hat I have on? It is not going to save me from 5G. Actually, if I put this tinfoil hat on and this house was radiant 5G, your brain would probably just start getting really hot and overheated, which isn't a great thing. But my hat's way cooler than a lot of other people's hats. I do have to say so. These are antennas. Keep the aliens out or something. I don't really know what the tin hat's about, but that's, I guess, what people do when they talk conspiracies. But I'm not talking conspiracies. I'm talking the truth. So with the Internet of all things and the silent speaking interfaces and everything else like that, we got a thing called hive mind. Computers actually do this. So two computers will get together. One will be the teacher. One will be a student, and whatever the student learns will automatically get uploaded to a master blockchain computer system, so the other computers don't have to go through the learning process. They already know. This is one of the craziest things about computers. So instead of knowing that if you fall off of a ladder, you're going to break your arm or die, computers already know the consequences without going through the actions. They have some really, really smart technology, and at this current time, they can't shut it off. The computers are going to start running wild and wildly crazy at that. So with the game of Go, let me go through this real quick. The game of Go is a game of 10 to 170 power. That's how many moves there are in the game of Go. Humans only know of 470 different moves. That's the best player out there. They made this computer called the AlphaGo, which ended up beating the human the first time. And then they made an AlphaZero. The AlphaZero beat the other AI AlphaGo 100-0. So tells you how good that computer is at that game. So it started off with knowing nothing and practicing and learning. It got better and better. So yeah, I'm not going to be playing any computer games with any AIs anytime soon. So those guys that are playing video games for $1 million right now are going to be out of a job. Luckily, I'm in an industry where a computer cannot take my job. It's almost done with my my little speech here. So if anybody wants to debate when I have a companion here, I'm full of information. So I got a question for all you. You guys ever have that phantom vibration as if you were holding a cell phone in your pocket and it's not really in your pocket? That's called programming. So these phones that we have program us to do things, and like you hear these sounds, all of a sudden you check your phone, you feel a phantom vibration in your pocket, you go to grab it, it didn't actually ring. So it's programming us and doing some very crazy things. So the fourth industrial revolution is gene editing, robots, babies in bags, downloading your mind. Let me keep reading here. They've already engineered our food. They're going to keep trying to engineer our food. Biohacking, you're going to have no rights. Do you know when you upload just the simplest game on your phone, it says it wants to read your files and your photos and all that other things. And of course you hit, yeah, sure, why not? And then I get on Instagram and these people are like, private. Oh, you're done a private a human person. You don't want a real human to see you, but it's okay for you to upload all your information into your telephone and let them see everything that you're doing. That doesn't make any sense. I have currently deleted about every video game off my phone due to the fact that I don't think when I play the game Tetris, they need to see my photos. I don't get what that's all about. Facebook does the same thing. On Facebook, they have stated that they have done some things to the public, like the clown. Remember the scary clown that went viral? That was set up by them. No clowns were ever arrested. They put it out there. It went like wildfire. There was schools calling moms and dads telling them about these clowns. So once they put it out there like that, it's programming. They just program you. They give you hits of dopamine. They tell you, oh my goodness, that's great, or that's awful. Why are you thinking that way? It's just absolutely nuts. I looked into this thing called Agenda 21. Look it up. Bill Gates is on there. And he had a little speech, and I had my oldest daughter in here, and we're sitting there listening to the speech. And in the speech, he said, we have 7.5 billion people in the United States, and blah, 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 or in the world. And he said, we are going to get better at vaccinations and healthcare and all this. And then at the very end, he said, that will bring down the population. We looked at each other. I had to rewind it. I was like, holy smokes, you guys need to look this up. Agenda 21. You could find it. He's doing a little TED Talk, and you will not believe what he says. It's almost dumbfounding. I do have internet. I don't think I'll go 5G, though. I keep my internet in, of course, the laundry room. I got 4 walls, and the signal ain't that great upstairs. Perfect. I don't want it to be white noise through my body all night. Plus, I'm not going to go to sleep with it. I'm not going to curl up next to my router because everybody knows that sleeping with your wireless router will cause problems. And now with that said, do you think there's going to be a problem when they put 5G on every single light pole in the city? Do you think that's a problem? They're shooting these waves that shoot straight at you. Okay? Oh, just what? So you don't have to wait 10 seconds? Get over it. Jeez. You know what? Anything good comes with time, just like cooking. You can't have instant meals that taste like mom's home cooking that she just spent 6 hours trying to cook, okay? Trying to cook, she did cook, okay? It's just crazy. Everything good comes with time. China right now is working on a cashless social score society. Has anybody asked if they've been chipped, or do you have a chip? Of course, every single one of you has a chip if you have a debit card. See, programming, starting to program you. So when they ask for a chip, pretty soon you're going to put out your hand and they're going to scan your chip. Because in social scoring, That's going to be a huge thing. You will not be able to say the F word in public. We've watched a lot of movies about this, and all this stuff is coming true. In China, they're doing it. They're implementing it, and it's not good. They have the old retired people go out and do the social scoring. So you got to go out and do good deeds to get a better score, and then you have to give them money to up your score. So look into it. It's crazy. China's social scoring, it's happening right now. It's the scariest thing ever. We get a Democrat in office and they want to do some kind of social something. No, absolutely not. We do not in America need to go down that road. We are going to give up all our rights. You name it. These rights are going to be gone once that social score comes in. You are going to be docked points. Like you start with 1,000, let's say. You say an F word in public, now you're down to 700, and you can't get it on an airplane because you had an outburst in public, which I think is absolutely out of their mind. That's when the Second Amendment comes into play, and come get it out of my dull, cold, quivering hands, right? Isn't that what Grandpa says? So, yeah, got a lot of crazy things. A lot of these crazy things came out of DARPA, which is a advanced research and development project that we have. Cool. 5G. They also can take RPGs straight out of the sky. Like if they were then, let's just hypothetically, this is what they got. Sits on top of a Hummer. Somebody comes out of the corner underneath a sand rock and shoots an RPG at these Hummers. They can knock it right out of the sky before it hits the Hummer. So DARPA does have a lot of great things. With that said, we don't want these things in most people's hands. They use a lot of these things as not good. Somebody's in power, and it's usually the most wealthy. Like genetic engineering, Neuralinks. If you want to be smart as a computer, it ain't going to go to me. It ain't going to go to most of you. You got to have money for that. Yeah, I just ain't got that. Genetic engineering, I mean, sure, they made these babies. It's called CRISPR. They're making babies in a bag right now. So they are going to be absolutely intelligent. They'll be the smartest thing. But if you notice, it says CRISPR number 5. So what happened to 1, 2, 3, and 4? I think the guy that's on CRISPR that is talking to you is actually out of that bag, and he is a genius too. Just some crazy things. Robots are going to take over the world. That's just the way it is right now. If you do anything that has to do with paperwork, most likely as your job will be extinct here in the next few years, because these computers will type faster. They already know the law, like it's just programmed into them. They know everything. So good luck if you have an insurance job. Yeah, biohacking, all this stuff. So good luck out there. Don't go down that wormhole that I did. But if you guys want to, check it out. Geoengineering, Neuralink, programming. They program us all the time. If you check it out, Google programming, like TV programming, they do it. You'll see them. It's a lot like this shirt. It spins around. A lot of things are moving. Yeah, they say these words that don't actually register until you get somewhere. Social scoring, 5G, phantom vibrations, the fourth industrial revolution, Internet of all things, Agenda 21, Facebook, Neuralink, AlphaGo and AlphaZero. So there's some people that actually have a church in Southern California called the Future Church. Look it up. That's what they do. They sit there and worship this AI god. And then HiveMind. So if you don't do anything, at least check it out. Look at these things. Take it for what it is. And I'm going to move on. At least I got that stuck in my head. And at any time anybody wants to debate, we'll go at it because I'm ready. With that said, right down here will be a subscribe button. If you turn your phone sideways, we do have free stuff we're going to be giving out. McLean was our newest subscriber. Thank you very much. We're up to 15. We're going to give these things away at 25, 50, 75, and 100 subscribers. So get on. Don't privatize your subscriptions. Let us see you. We do write them down. Only the ones that I can see. We write down. We're going to draw. So thanks, DL Cast. Over and out.